So I'm frequently asked, what do I do with a jelly print after I'm done? Well, today I'm going to show you what I did with this one, which was an art journal page. Started by cutting out the circles. I was really drawn to these circles, and you know what? If I'm drawn to it, that means I want to use it, so that's what I did. At this point, I really don't know what I'm going to do exactly, but I'm just going to start playing. First thing for me is getting my circles cut out as best I can. What that means is accepting the fact that these are not mathematically perfect circles that I have just cut out. It's close enough for me. And you know what? The only person that'll ever notice that these aren't really perfect circles are really pesky relatives. So, and I'm not really worried about what they think anyway. So anyway, hope they're not watching the video though. I mean, I love them. I love them. So after I get these cut out, the next thing I need to think about is what color do I want for the background in my art journal? And in deciding this, I decided to go with a color that kind of came out of the actual circles. Now I could just paint it on there, but I've got my jelly plate out, so why not use that to make the background in my art journal? Using one of the Dylusions large journals, love that they go flat, very easy to use with the jelly plate. Right there you're seeing that I'm just cleaning up the wet paint on there, and that'll become a layer on a future jelly print. Decided I want a little more depth of color, so I just put 2 colors on. You know, just slapping 2 colors on there, and all of a sudden I've got this wonderful rich background, and that will become a layer on something else. But here is the page that I'm working with today. And now what I do is I start playing with the circles. Do I want it here? Do I want it there? Do I like it here? And this is really just kind of a dance. Do I try it this way? Do I try it that way? I tried just throwing them down to make them random. That really didn't work. The paper was way too light and just fell right exactly where I put it. So I'm just going to keep fiddling with this until I find an arrangement that I like. So I got so excited doing this, I forgot to turn the camera back on when I came back, so my apologies for that. What I do have are the circles about where I want them, and I went and got some old photographs that I have color copied and cut out the people, and it would have been boring to watch me cut stuff out anyway. And so now what I'm trying to do is add more layers, because it was good, but I want more. And so when I'm feeling that kind of draw to give me more on the page, I find more stuff to stick on it. And so when looking around on my countertop, I found this tape that I have, which is, I really probably shouldn't have used it yet, but I just couldn't resist because it just fit too perfectly with this. The reason I probably shouldn't have used it yet is because it's from my upcoming workshop that has yet to be announced. So you're getting a sneak peek before anybody else does about what's coming with that. I do hope that I can have that information for you by the time this video goes live. Fingers crossed. But if not, I will get it out to you as soon as all the pieces are in place for it. So I've got this, got the layers where I think I'm happy with it. Notice that I'm not gluing anything down until I kind of like the bones or the structure of it. The tape that I'm using, I can reposition. I can pull it back up, so if I don't like it, not a problem. And I'm just really kind of filling in, see what feels right. I do want a little bit of tape hanging off the bottom, so I'm just going to trim it down to a smaller piece. And now I'm starting to feel like this is about what I want it to be. So the next thing that I need to do is start adhering some things. And while I'm gluing this down lightning fast and getting the page ready, don't forget that the Colorful Gelli Print Party will be open all month on my blog for September. So come on over, link up the stuff you've been making on your jelly plate. You can show prints, show projects you've finished, or anything in between. And if you'd like some inspiration, be sure to stop back all month long, because there's great stuff getting linked up. Every month I keep thinking, wow, this was just the best month ever last month, and then the next month amazes me. So be sure to stop over and see what everybody's making. So now what I want to do is get some writing onto my art journal page. And I've grabbed some Posca pens. These are the glitter pens. Wanted something that wasn't too bold, but yet kind of fun. So what I'm going to do is just write within those lines, and whatever kind of pops into my head of what's going on from this, I'm pushing down. Oh, and looky, a big blob of paint right there went flying off my pen, because one should not push down too hard when using a paint pen. Oops. No fault of the marker, that was all the user. So as I'm wiping this up, it's not really looking that great to me. So this is one big old oops. And an oops is simply an outstanding opportunity that presented suddenly. This time when I go to write with my pen, I'm not going to push so hard so I don't get big old blobs of paint flying. Looking back, maybe I should have just left it as a blob and not tried to wipe it up, but I've ended up sort of pulling up the paper a little bit because I kind of did rub a little bit hard thinking I'd smear it and make it look all artsy. So I could be upset that I have just, quote, ruined this part of it. Or I can say, hey, somewhere in here there's an opportunity. Something that I didn't expect that will actually take me to a better place than I was anticipating. I'll be honest with you, as soon as that paint went flying, I thought, it's fine. But then when I started rubbing it up, I'm like, oh, this is not fine. This is not fine. But you know what? It really will be fine. And how do I know that it's going to be fine? Because the reality is this is paint and paper. No lives are at risk here. It's just paint and paper. So even if I have done something with it, it's all going to be okay. So what's happening here, though, is I'm starting to look at that spot, and I'm thinking about it as I'm writing because I can't take my eyes off that spot going, what am I going to do with it? What am I going to do with it? And so as I keep looking at it, eventually something does pop into my head. I have some scraps of ribbon around, or I guess it's trim. It's not really trim. It's a ribbon. It's a trim. Boy, am I confused today. And I had spray inked it at some point for another project, and this was a scrap. And if I put a little bit over on top of it, woohoo, it's all covered up. It's all good. Nobody will know but me and you. And you won't tell. So, but it by itself, it looked a little awkward, so I just need to add more of them around the page. And so all I'm doing is sort of balancing it out by putting it in different places. And truth be told, I love that it's adding more texture and dimension to it. It is really standing out. I'm using up something that I had sitting around for a very long time that hadn't been used. So that feels good. And now it's actually adding more to it than I ever would have expected. So once again, an oops takes me somewhere even better than where I thought I was going. And I get to use up stuff. So this is just like a win-win because I am all about using up the stuff that I have because I've got too much stuff. And it's time for me to start playing with more of it. But anyway, that's a separate thing that I'm working on. Working on that. If you're a friend of mine on Facebook, you probably have seen my posts about how I have way too much stuff and what I'm going to do about it. But anyway, again, I'm off topic. As I'm gluing these little pieces down, you can see how it's all starting to come together. Well, thanks for watching this bonus video from the Colorful Gelli Print Party for this month. The link party is open all month long for you to join up, both check out what other people are making and share what you've got going on. There are always so many inspiring ideas over there. Thank you to everyone who participates and visits and encourages. And if you have enjoyed this video, I would greatly appreciate your support in sharing about the Gelli Print Party on your blog, sharing this video on Facebook, Twitter, all those kinds of things to help get the word out. And if you'd like to get this great stencil called Stitch a Circle by Maria McGuire, it's available over at Stencil Girl Products. Of course, I have links all down below. And if you haven't checked out the video where I actually made these papers for this month's Colorful Gelli Print Party, that link is down below too.